Hello and welcome to Working with Miniatures. I'm Jim and today we're going to be painting Ghost Rider from the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures game. We'll be using Army Painter speed paints, Warpaints, and metallics. We'll also be using golden high flow acrylics and Vallejo's primers. Let's get to it. Breaking into the packaging, it contains the character stats and tokens along with the instructions to assemble the model. 2 sprues are provided, one for the base and the other with 16 pieces for the rider. Using a cheap pair of snippers that I purchased at a hardware store, I began cutting the figure out. It's best to use snippers that have a flat side, which allow you to cut closer to the model and reduce the following cleanup. Using an X-Acto knife, sanding sticks, and my fingernails, I clean any residual bits from the sprue. The back edge of an X-Acto knife blade is excellent for scraping when you need something stouter than a fingernail. With the rider and bike assembled, I glue them to nails and then coat them with thinned matte black primer. I then mix black and white primer with thinner for a mild gray and apply a general zenithal highlight. I swap to golden high flow acrylic cerulean and apply an anti-zenithal spray. I follow this with a zenithal spray of teal. Titanium white is then sprayed sparingly from a zenithal position, focusing on the highest points and where the flames would reflect the most. The flames are base coated with benzimidazoline yellow medium. Pyrrole orange is the first highlight over the flames, which I spray over roughly 75%. Naphthol red light is then applied over roughly 50% of the flames. Quinacridone red, these pigment-based names kill me, is sprayed over about 30% of the flames. Going back to the matte black primer with thinner, I spray a little black over the tips of the flames. Once the model is dry, I clean my airbrushes and return to my desk, slapping the first medium blue speed paint on. If you see my previous video on quick and easy black clothing, you'll recognize these steps. I wanted to represent the classic blue hues found in early Ghost Rider comics. With the darker blue speed paint, I shade the lower and deeper parts of the model. I then apply Gravelord Gray over all of the blue to darken it. I pause here and use a clean brush to wick away any excess speed paint that has begun to pool. The blue stood out more than I was expecting, although it's pretty close to the comics. I decided to tone it down further, throwing a coat of grim black over top to make it a little more contemporary. With everything dry, I edge highlight the metal parts with gunmetal. Typically the rider and the bike were very close in coloration, lending the illusion that they were one. This allowed the flames and skull to be the focal point, and I wanted to adhere to that same principle. With a yellow thin to a glaze, I applied many coats to the flames and areas around the fire for some attempts at OSL. Had I done a better job airbrushing, I could have saved a lot of time here. In between yellow glazes, I add color to the skull with highlights of skeleton bone, and base coating the chain with gunmetal. Then, it's back to more glazing, which I also throw over the skeleton bone that's on the, bone. The chain is finished with a coat of Gravelord Gray speed paint, followed by light dry brushing of gunmetal, and then a very mild dry brush of shining silver, where the light would catch the most. Finally, I end with yellow glazing, where the flames would reflect against the chain. This is the final result. I'm happy with how the clothing came out, as well as the OSL on the clothing. The chain came out well also, as did the skull, however I'm not thrilled with how the flames came out. I definitely need to practice OSL and flames. I should probably buy a few fire elementals or something of that sort. Also, the OSL should probably have been orange or red and not yellow. Still, it's significantly better than my worst painted miniatures from this year. That's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you learned something or were inspired to start or expand your own collection. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you like the content of this video and would like to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Jim with Working with Miniatures. I'm truly grateful for your time. I bid you a fond farewell. Till the next video.